Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Dan Casts Fancast. I'm Dan, I've got my House of L shirt on, and today I'll be fancasting Supergirl. Before I begin fancasting, let's take a look at the history of Supergirl and how she relates to the universe already established in the comics, television, and within the cinematic universe, specifically the DCEU. The modern House of L begins with Seg-El, the name El meaning Kryptonian for of the star. Seg-El is father to Jor-El and Zor-El, and grandfather to Kal-El and Kara Zor-El. You can currently catch Seg-El's adventures on Sci-Fi Channel's Krypton. Jor-El and his brother are both scientists on Krypton. Zor-El is a scientist in the Kryptonian district, Argo City, one of the largest cities on Krypton. Considering we've already seen Jor-El in Man of Steel, portrayed by Russell Crowe, who is best known for his role in Gladiator, my first fancast will not only attempt to be comic book accurate, but a believable relation to the actor that was officially cast as Jor-El. For Zor-El, we have Gerard Butler. Not only does Butler fit within the same caliber of Hollywood status as Crowe, but his appearance would pay tribute to Zack Snyder's 300 as a repeat actor, something we've seen with actors like Billy Crudup as both Dr. Manhattan and Henry Allen, Patrick Wilson as Night Owl and Orm, Carla Gugino as Silk Spectre and the voice of Kelex, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan played both Thomas Wayne and the comedian. These actors both follow similar careers, and to top this casting off, Butler looks like he could biologically be the brother of Russell Crowe, from similar facial features to nearly identical facial markings like moles and blemishes. The DCEU is known for their famous mothers. And Allura Zor-El should not be an exception. As I shared earlier, the DCU likes to make movie connections and pop culture references when casting. Here we have Nicole Kidman as Atlanta, who previously portrayed Dr. Chase in Batman Forever. The actress who plays Martha Wayne also played Maggie on The Walking Dead alongside Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character Negan. And even Diane Lane once played Tony Mannix, who had an affair with Ben Affleck's George Reeves in the Superman biopic Hollywoodland. Connie Nielsen has played both Queen Hippolyta and Maximus's wife in Gladiator, opposite Russell Crowe. For the role of Allura, I have chosen Kate Winslet. Now, she may not have shared any superhero movie screen time, but I can definitely see her having the same regal, noble air and screen presence as her DC counterparts. Coming from the highly successful action romance epic Titanic, Winslet has proven she can carry herself during catastrophic events. As far as physical appearance, Allura and Winslet share the same muscle tone, hairline, eye shape, and bone structure in the brow and jaw. This brings us to the super cousins themselves, Kal and Kara, better known as Superman and Supergirl. Because the characters are related, they share many other story elements, crossover characters, and have shared villains. In Man of Steel, we witnessed the destruction of Krypton from the planet's core, which was ignored by the Science Council. While Jor-El and Lara were able to send Kal-El to Earth before it was obliterated, Zor-El heeded his brother's warnings, prepared to safeguard Argo City using a shielded barrier from Krypton's artificial intelligence and defense system called the Brain Interactive Construct, or Brainiac. Depending on the iteration and various versions of the story, Brainiac collected Kandor, the capital of Krypton, years before its destruction for his personal collection as the Collector of Worlds. In Superman the Animated Series, Brainiac was more robotic than humanoid, and depicted as an extraterrestrial android. In other stories, Brainiac is responsible for destabilizing planets, including destroying Krypton itself. Something else that's interesting is that pieces of the planet Krypton became radioactive due to the explosion and what we know as kryptonite. Something we've seen throughout Kryptonian lore and in the TV series Smallville is glowing green kryptonite meteors, which is how kryptonite has been found on Earth and used against Kryptonians. So not only is kryptonite fatal to Kryptonians, but a symbol of the fate of Krypton, as is Brainiac himself. For Kara, the threat of radioactive meteor showers of kryptonite and Brainiac threatens to destroy Argo City and the remnants of Krypton, prompting her parents to send her in the same path as her cousin. Somewhere along her route, she is detained in a suspended state and ends up being younger than her baby cousin when she arrives to Earth. Which leads us to the next casting, Brainiac. When I think of cold, steely, inhuman, emotionless characters, my first thought is of Fassbender's role in the Alien prequel franchise. Michael Fassbender can be analytical and curious, and still void of human qualities like empathy. a major part of what makes the character Brainiac so scary. Fassbender is also Magneto for Fox's X-Men, but that role seems to be in flux with the recent Fox-Disney acquisition, or as I call it, an opportunity for a DCEU Fassbender acquisition. At this point, little is known about the Supergirl movie, but another potential villain and one of my personal favorites is Siobhan Smith, the Silver Banshee. Silver Banshee is often deemed a succubus with the ability to desiccate her victims with her sonic death cry. She's been a bounty hunter for Lex Luthor and a member of the Secret Society. Warner Brothers has been rumored to be trying to get this next actress to star as Black Canary due to her loud projected voice for the Birds of Prey movie, who has a similar power set that includes a canary cry. I believe this actress is better suited to play a villain and fits the bill, having played the Countess in American Horror Story and a small role in Machete and A Dame to Kill For. Here we have Lady Gaga in her zombie tat garb. I imagine a paranormal metahuman such as Banshee to be somewhat of a walking X-ray. I like the horror element of Brainiac or Banshee in a movie with so many female leads. I feel like it would help to add layers to what some moviegoers may feel like is simply a girl movie. Making it a more universally watched film without having an R rating, the film can still be edgy and appeal to a wider audience. One of the last lines in the Man of Steel movie after Clark becomes employed is "Welcome to the planet." It's kind of a nod and wink to his alien heritage and a moment of officially becoming an honorary human and beginning his role as Superman. Lawrence Fishburne plays Clark's boss, Perry White. For Kara, depending on the source material, it's Cat Grant, former assistant to Perry, who later became the queen of all media. In the television series of the same name, Callista Flockhart plays the snarky, quick-witted head of Catco. For her theatrical debut, Elizabeth Banks would have great dynamic, cast as Cat opposite Lawrence Fishburne's Perry. Banks' characters share the same smart yet comical demeanor as Cat, like her character on the Wet Hot American Summer franchise, where she plays an undercover journalist, and she's equally recognized for her hilarious commentary as Gale in Pitch Perfect. And I don't think I have to say much about her physicality. As you can see, it's pretty obvious. Up next is Lucy Lane, sister of Lois, and friend of Kara. I have cast for age and resemblance alone, not just for comic accuracy, but also in comparison to Amy Adams. Actress Melissa Roxburgh had an appearance on Arrow and a lead role in the cancelled spin-off Supernatural Bloodlines. To commence this fan cast, the last to cast is the title character Supergirl herself. Teresa Palmer recently starred in Adam Sandberg's horror flick, Lights Out, who happens to be the same director of the upcoming Shazam movie and part of the New Line Warner family. Palmer's past roles include Warm Bodies, I Am Number 4, and Hacksaw Ridge. Standing at 5'6", Teresa Palmer could stand proud alongside Henry Cavill Superman, even if they never shared screen time. Casting Palmer as Supergirl would also align well with Warner Brothers' rumored ideal image of Batgirl. Apparently, Warner is seeking out a Kristen Stewart-esque actress to play Barbara Gordon. Amber Heard, already being one of the more popular fan casts, has already been cast as Mara in the DCEU, and with Kristen Stewart as a prospective Batgirl, all we need to complete this look-alike trifecta is Palmer. Let's just look at the uncanny resemblance of Palmer and Cavill. If Supergirl does in fact happen without the inclusion of Henry Cavill, his presence could still be felt through this casting choice and all the other bridging elements and characters I mentioned in this video. Alright, I want to thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know who your top choices are for your favorite characters in the comment section below, or if I missed anyone. Remember to like and subscribe, and ring that bell for your ticket to the next show and for your chance to win a themed giveaway for each episode of Dan Casts Fancast. This episode's giveaway is a copy of DC Universe's Rebirth, Supergirl, #1, and a bag of green glowing kryptonite. Bye!